lineup. We've got Bailey. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Keyonte George. And it's Markkanen in at the shooting guard position. And for San Antonio, Fox and Castle are their guards. In the post, it'll be Sohan with Wembanyama. And it's Vassell in at the 3 spot. Break in the middle of a season like this. What possible roadblocks could teams run into?
Well, I think it's important that players not fall into that trap of looking too far ahead, right? This is when it's important for a team to stay focused and be in the moment. These are the dog days of the season.
Wembanyama, a screen on Markkanen. Ball's knocked loose. Nurkic with the steal. To the inside. George finds Nurkic. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Another shot. And Wembanyama with the nice bucket inside.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on.
And finished off by Nurkic.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. George against Fox. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. And so George will bring it up for Utah. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Well, when you can build your lead with the second unit on the floor, that makes the game a heck of a lot easier.
And the Spurs with possession here. Following the bucket by the Jazz. Count it.
Well, we know Fox loves to take it to the rack, but he also has a nice floater game.
Utah with the ball. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mitch Johnson. He told me when he was watching film of their opponent, what stood out was Lauri Markkanen's efficiency. Coach said Markkanen doesn't need high usage to be effective. He gets a lot of his points off of movement, and he brings versatility to this offense. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Allie, thank you. San Antonio with the ball after the three-pointer from Lauri Markkanen. Fox, no good.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And the basket by Bailey.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw of the game.
Castle shooting one.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Here we go, Coach. The 2025 Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle.
Yeah, look, Kevin, you can't say too many good things about this guy, but it starts with this. Like all the best players in the league, he plays both ends of the floor. Stephon Castle can take on the assignment of guarding the best player on the other team, and he's a guy whose skills are rapidly improving offensively. The future is great for this guy.
And it's Sohan missing. Utah leading by 3, out to the wing. Bailey with the ball. 9 points last game. Pass to Markkanen. George looking around. Shot clock at 6. The three-pointer off the mark. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. From 7. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
George passes to Bailey. Here's Markkanen. Pass to Markkanen. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Spurs trail by 3. Fox passes to Wembanyama. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Fox, no good. For Utah, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. George passes to Markkanen. The tray. Rebounded by Castle. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Sohan inside. Markkanen on him. The kick out to Fox. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebound, Utah. They beat the Spurs during their last encounter in San Antonio.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
And they came away with the win last time in large part due to their depth. Great game from their bench.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Spurs trail by 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Wembanyama. Now, Sohan. He's guarded by Markkanen. Here's Castle. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Castle's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, the mid-range is a place where Castle can beat you. He's got great control.
Fox against George. Pass to Markkanen. Shoots it. Wembanyama with the rebound. And San Antonio shooting 45% from the floor since the game got underway. Fox finds Castle. Here's Sohan. He's looking for Wembanyama and finds him. At the elbow, Fox. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama. Now just a 2-point Utah lead. Now George, coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Outside, Markkanen. Fires the 3. That shot is off.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
George with the steal. Pass to Bailey. Good on the 7-footer. He has 5.
And Bailey has never seen a shot he didn't like. He wants to score as often as possible.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. now for San Antonio. Barnes comes in for Devin Vassell. And it's Johnson in for Stephon Castle. Now, here's Fox. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Johnson with a screen on Love. 5 to shoot. Here's Wembanyama. The rebound by the Jazz. Here's Collier. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And the Spurs with possession. 6-point game. Coming off that win against Minnesota.
And boy, did they impress everyone with that comeback they had in the fourth. Just stunned that crowd.
Wembanyama. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2. Pass to Bailey. Here's Collier. Outside, Markkanen. Here's Bailey. Covered by Barnes. Just 5 on the clock. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And at about 6'9", Bailey is good at using that size inside. Looking like a polished vet on that tape.
Now, here's Fox. What a tremendous game he played against Minnesota. Launches it. And Harrison Barnes gets the 3.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here is Love. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. Lets the 3 fly. Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the dunk by Barnes.
Wembanyama knows better than to just hold the ball. He searches and finds an open guy.
Here's Collier. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Dallas. And great was Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award. The Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
And that one is good. Now just a 1-point Jazz lead.
Love to see Sohan pushing the pace in transition, protecting the fast break by not slowing down.
Utah's gone 3 of 7 from 3-point range in the first quarter.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
He's checked in for the Spurs. Stephon Castle comes in for Sohan. And so Fox will bring it up for San Antonio. They trail by 3. Pass to Cornette. Johnson outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Love.
And for Johnson, it's all about being consistent. When he does this, he's a major factor for this team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
And as if the Spurs stand weren't already stocked with young talent, they moved up from 8th to the number 2 spot in the May draft lottery.
An embarrassment of riches, Kevin. And if any organization knows how to organically build through the draft, it's the Spurs.
The strength of this rookie, Harper, getting to the rim.
Utah trailing here. Outside, George. Pass to Collier. And Utah turns it over again. Well, a chance to check out some stats for him. And here are the Spurs. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. The Spurs are on the rise. Victor Wembanyama said, quote, "I've been on board since day one. We know it's not going to be a straight line. There will be ups and downs. This is not easy, but I'm very confident in the will that my guys have. The long term is never being questioned." Back to you.
They'll get there for sure. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
They've out-hustled the opponent so far in this one. A lot of points in the open floor, and that's giving them the advantage.
And the first one at the line is good. You can be sure, GA, that as the Spurs build this team, there will be no shortcuts.
Well, they're surely eyeing that group 8 hours north in OKC. Another young core that's not going anywhere. If the Spurs want to contend, the standard's been set.
No good on the second free throw. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
And the basket by Castle.
A 6'6" Castle is a strong finisher inside.
George against Harper. George dishes to Love. And the dunk by Love.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Here are the Spurs with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Pass to Castle. Now here's Johnson. And the Spurs scoring again. Utah's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Here's Sensabaugh. Still yet to score. Tries it from 9. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
Tie game in San Antonio. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back to our special presentation of the NBA for Martin Luther King Day. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Yeah, turning defense into offense, getting out in the open floor. This is exactly what they wanted.
Castle is in at shooting guard with Johnson at the small forward. Luke Cornett is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Harper in at the point. That's the San Antonio 5. Now, here's Johnson. 11 points for him in that last game against Minnesota. Outside Harper. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh. Utah's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Barnes against Love. Pass to Sensabaugh. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Castle with it. He has 7. Now Cornett. He's guarded by Love. Cornett kicks to Johnson. And it's Johnson with the jam.
And Johnson plays with a lot of power, especially close to the basket.
Utah leading. Outside, George. Pass to Sensabaugh. George with the screen on Johnson. Here's Sensabaugh. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Here's Castle, following the bucket by the Jazz. To the middle, looking for Cornett. He gets it there. Barnes can't get it to go.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
GA, you hear about 3 level scores, but is it just 3 levels?
That's a great point. Kevin, you've got guys with that deep range, and there's a difference between the mid-range game, those floaters, the little 12-footers, and those deep 2s as well. So maybe 5-level score is complete. Think of like a 5-2 player in baseball.
And the Spurs making a change here. Vassell's checked in. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
You look at Castle, and I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
And he's good on the second. Well, Stan De'Aaron Fox said there was no list of teams he wanted to go to. He specifically said, I want to go to San Antonio.
Well, 2 words, Victor Wembanyama. Fox is a Texas native and saw an opportunity to pair himself with a rising superstar in a stable organization.
And he nails the third.
And he didn't go to the line once in the first half. But now he's figuring out how to draw contact and get himself to the line.
Here's Castle. 7 points in the game. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, Castle showing his ability to create and finish when the defense overcommits.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Utah?
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Mind the lanes.
And we also have seen them continue to fire from deep. With the results they're seeing, you can understand why.
On the free throw, no good.
And what I like about Castle's game is the versatility, right? He's a legitimate two-way threat who's willing to take on whatever role helps the team.
That's a pick by Love. Here's Collier. Another miss by Utah.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Back to Cornette. Castle finds Cornette. Plays it up and banks it in. And now just a 3-point Jazz lead.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
It's a pick by Love. 3-pointer. Another miss by Utah. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And that one's good. Barnes has got his 3rd basket of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Releases from 15. No good on that one. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. They trail by 1. Pass to Cornette. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Here's Collier. That one's off, still out of sync. Vassell outside. Now here's Harper, defended by George. Pass to Cornette. Now Vassell, block it 4. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. And here's Harper from the arc. Rebound, Utah. Love's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Collier. Castle covering. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Love. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 10 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. Just a fantastic scorer off the bench. Always a factor in every game he plays.
Yeah, look, you need that kind of punch off the bench. Someone who can help shoulder the offensive load.
Spurs making a switch here. Fox is checked in. Inside. Vassell, the pass to Cornette. And yes, it's good. Cornette's got the lead up to 3 now for the Spurs.
That's a fantastic feed right there. Kicking it out for the good look. Plays like this really help team chemistry.
Now, here's George. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
your heat. Look at those moves.
Victor Wembanyama is checked in for the Spurs. Here's Nurkic. He's checked in for Utah. Mikhailuk comes in for Collier. George against Fox. Now Bailey. 7 points in the game. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Spurs.
And here is Fox. There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the fore.
Well, Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
Jazz trail by 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Here's a look at the teams that have been dominant offensively over the course of the past month. 5th, the Jazz.
I just love their offensive flow lately. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
San Antonio leading by 3. Fox deciding where to go with it. Floats it up from Wembanyama up in the rafters.
The perfect lob partner. Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Pass to Markkanen. Over Barnes. Rebound San Antonio.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Here's Wembanyama. Six to shoot. Right at the free throw line. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
George finds Markkanen. From down in the low post, it goes. Markkanen's got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, he was showing some muscle there. Markkanen is so tough to contain at times.
Barnes outside. Pass to Castle. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Johnson's checked in for the Spurs. Collier, he's checked in for Utah. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie Laporte.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Well, Victor Wembanyama drawing fans league-wide. Pacers coach Rick Carlisle proclaimed, "I've never seen a player like this. I'm in awe of his talent, his size, his aptitude for the game, his skill, his feel, you name it. And in due time, it's very possible that he will be the face of world basketball." Back over to you, Kevin.
Yeah, he's taken over. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. Nurkic with the steal. Markkanen down low. Covered by Barnes. Nice ball movement by Utah. Pass to Bailey. Out left to the wing. Here's Collier. Markkanen a screen on Fox from deep three-point land. And it's Collier missing.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
To the wing right side. Nurkic against Wembanyama. High arcing shot. Rebounded by the Jazz. Here's Collier. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Collier. Outside, Markkanen. That ties it up. Markkanen's got 17 now. Spurs shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. And here is Johnson. And here is Barnes. He's guarded by Markkanen. 5 on the clock. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Steps back. Collier. And the layup's good off the glass. Collier's got his second basket of the night.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Here's Fox. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Look at the space created. Fox had him guessing with that move.
Utah has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Bailey. Right side, Markkanen. Lets it go from deep. Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now, Vassell. Wembanyama outside. With the crossover. Great D that time from Nurkic. The Jazz have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Pass to Collier. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Wembanyama has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Johnson left side. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Oh, nice setup by Wembanyama. On top of everything else, this guy has an incredible IQ.
50 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Collier. Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Nurkic. Defended by Wembanyama. Shot clock at 5. Nurkic, the pass to Bailey. Shoots over Vassell. Bailey misses.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Well, that's where you want to be, getting those easy money looks.
Jazz trail by 4. Here's Collier. Outside, Markkanen. Here's Collier. Gets himself open and drills it. Collier's got 4 points now in the quarter. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. It's the Spurs leading by just 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Halftime is here, and with the San Antonio Spurs in a neck-and-neck game, lots to talk about.
Love that they're taking high percentage shots, and it hasn't been easy for them. It's hard to score inside when the defense is collapsing on you.
Who needs three-pointers anyway?
Kenny did. So thank you, Ernie.
And moving on to some awards, these are the 2 players of the week in their respective conferences. For the West, James Harden.
I'm telling you, if anyone out there was wondering if James Harden still got it, he's one of the more instinctual players you've ever seen, and his skill level is always there and sets him apart.
And as always, his beard game, phenomenal. Quite possibly the all-time best. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Thanks again for joining us, and welcome back to our special Martin Luther King Day presentation of the NBA. Lauri Markkanen having a dominant impact in this game.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
Here's George. And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Markkanen. He's out there with Bailey. Nurkic is out there with George. And it's Mikhailuk in at the shooting guard. Bailey with the ball, covered by Vassell. Just 5 to shoot. Markkanen sets the pick for George. He's looking for Sohan and finds him. To the paint. Here's Wembanyama. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And so George will bring it up for Utah. Pass to Mikhailuk. Back to George. Here's Bailey. Here's Mikhailuk. Hopping on the board, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
San Antonio leading. Pass to Castle. It's Vassell on the wing. And that one, good.
Vassell's jumper continues to evolve and improve. He's a real threat off the catch.
Now, here's George. Outside, Markkanen. Here's Mikhailuk. Back to Markkanen. And George now top of the key. Just 4 to shoot. From the wing. San Antonio with the rebound. You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength. But he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is, for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
Now, here is George. Nobody near Nurkic. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got assist number 5 here tonight. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Sohan with the ball. Markkanen on him. And it's Sohan missing. Utah trailing here. Down low. The Jazz working the ball around now. Pass to Mikhailuk for the lead. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Well, so often Gasol will rise and fire, but that time he puts it on the floor and makes something happen.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. The Jazz second.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Here's Mikhailuk. Pass to Markkanen. Bailey with the ball. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Now here is George. 4 on the clock. For the tie. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. San Antonio leading by 3. Looking for Markkanen. He gets it there. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's Nurkic. And he banks in the layup. Nurkic has got 4 this quarter.
Well, that's a smart pass in close quarters.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama looking it over. And Wembanyama with the flush.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Now George. Here's Markkanen. Rebound San Antonio. Wembanyama's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Wembanyama, high screen on George. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. He's averaging 20 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you something to build around night after night. Reliability is huge in this league.
Nurkic setting the pick for George. Pass to Bailey. Back to George. Uncovered. They grabbed their own miss. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for San Antonio. 3-point lead, and the basket is good.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Utah's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them.
Let's get up, get loud, and welcome your Spurs squad to the court. Let's go, fans. Now it's time to make some noise for your Spurs squad.
Shaping up, guys. Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. You look at San Antonio, they're holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far. And checking out Utah, just way behind. George passes to Bailey. Back to George. And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 6.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Spurs leading by 3. Pass to Castle. Back to Fox. Here's Sohan. Now Wembanyama. He's guarded by Nurkic. He won't miss many from there. Wembanyama.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
George passes to Nurkic. Back to George. Here's Bailey. He's got 7, just 5 on the clock. Vassell grabs the board. Vassell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Sohan finds Vassell.
What a throwdown by Vassell. This is why he looks to get to the basket.
Jazz trail by 7. Pass to Mikhailuk. Fox against George. Here's Mikhailuk. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
My goodness, that is how you attack a bigger defender.
Spurs leading by 5. Now Castle. Spurs working the ball around now. The fader. The shot by Wembanyama, no good. Jazz have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the 3rd quarter got underway. From 17 feet out. Pass to Castle.
Wembanyama here. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. 6th in blocks, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation. That's why he's a top 10 shot blocker. The first free throw is good.
Well, Castle is already a versatile defender, and offensively, he's just scratching the surface. You can see why he won Rookie of the Year.
Johnson's checked in for Vassell. And Utah with a change here, too. Collier's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so George will bring it up for Utah. 7-point differential. From 12 feet out. Rebounded by Castle.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
A three from Wembanyama. No good that time. Utah has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Markkanen down low. Wembanyama on him. Outside, George goes up on the wing. Rebound, San Antonio. Wembanyama's got 14, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Wembanyama up top, defended by George. The offensive rebound, the kick out to Fox. Basket counts, and it's 8 points for De'Aaron Fox.
Well, look, Fox is wiry strong. He can handle contact.
Jazz trail by 9, and the speed of De'Aaron Fox. Wow. He gets up the court in a hurry.
And you combine his water bug quickness with the towering size of Wembanyama. It's a 1-2 punch that promises to confound opponents for years to come. Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
The Spurs have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Here's Castle. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Castle's got 4 this quarter.
Well, that tells you all you need to know about Castle's handle. He can make exciting plays off the bounce.
Here's Bailey. Rebounded by the Spurs. Johnson surveying the floor. Wembanyama outside. And he gets the bucket. And now a 10-point San Antonio lead.
And it's clear the defense has no answer for Wembanyama. And until they do, keep getting him the ball.
Now, here's Nurkic. 6 points for him. To the inside. Here's Bailey. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Keldon Johnson.
Second team foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, the mid-range has been open for them, so you've got to take what the defense gives, and that's been a great attack in this situation.
And also, got to be impressed with their interior play, getting in the paint and figuring out ways to score.
That free throw good from Bailey.
And no doubt, one of the more polarizing prospects in this year's rookie class. Bailey makes shots few others can, but he's still adding strength and polish to his all-around game.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and look at the NBA's best rebounding teams for this last month. The Spurs second.
I mean, they've taken their rebounding to another level, getting physical and playing with a ton of energy.
That's good from Castle. The Jazz making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Jazz trail by 8. Filipowski with it. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Utah moving it around. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Love. For the 3. Wembanyama with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Harper. Wembanyama, a screen. Harper's shot's good. Harper's got the lead up to 10 now for the Spurs.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's Love. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And it goes down 2 points. And it's a 12-point Spurs lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Love with the screen on Castle. Back to Love. Here's Collier. 9 points in the game so far. The Jazz with another miss. And here is Harper. Wembanyama sets a screen for Harper. And stolen by Love. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Sensabaugh. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock at 6. They set the screen. Can they get it? He's off on that one. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for San Antonio. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. Right back after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And thanks for joining us again, folks. 2K Sports broadcasting here on MLK Day, bringing you the NBA. Vassell pairs with Barnes to make up the forward pair. Kelvin Johnson is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Cornette in at the 5 spot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
Shooting 1.
And that one misses.
Well, you know what I like about De'Aaron Fox is the urgency he plays with. He's always pushing the tempo and raising the energy level out there.
Now, here's George. Cornette with it. Picked up by Love. Here's Barnes. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for him right now.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
An intriguing young talent. George's upside as a scorer is especially enticing.
For Utah, George.
Take a break.
Taking
Take a
2
break.
shots.
2 shots.
The first one falls.
An all-rookie selection in 2024, Keyonte George is a player with tremendous potential. He's a long combo guard, and I think he's just starting a very long career.
And he makes both free throws.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Fox kicks to Barnes. Pass to Vassell. Johnson in the corner. Shoots. Filipowski grabs the board. Jazz trail by 14. Left side, Love. Lets it go with a three. That's good by Sensabaugh.
Well, look, Love has great court awareness. You leave someone open on his team, and he'll find them.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. George against Fox. Now, here's Vassell. Inside, and stolen by Love. A three ball. San Antonio with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16. A pass to Fox. Vassell outside. Back to Fox. 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And Love's got the ball here for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 11. Shots good by Sensabaugh.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Outside, Fox. There's a good screen. Here's Cornette. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
So it's the Jazz now, following the bucket by the Spurs. Love outside. Pass to Sensabaugh. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Vassell. Sensabaugh, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Outside, Fox. Vassell outside. Here's Barnes. Johnson, wide open, he fires. That three off the mark. Jazz trail by 10. Here's Collier. Here he goes. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they have gotten themselves back into this game just in the nick of time. If that run had come any later, it would have been Katie bar the door.
Yeah, look, they've shown great resolve to work their way back into this one, but they're not done yet. They're going to have to grind it out.
Outside, Fox. They set the pick from downtown. Offensive rebound, Cornette, and he dunks it down.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on them now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of hope.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Filipowski, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it. And they need more of it.
And timeout called by Mitch Johnson. He knows every possession is critical now. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Victor Wembanyama is checked in for Luke Cornett. Jeremy Sohan comes in for Barnes. Castle's checked in for Keldon Johnson. And it's Harper in for De'Aaron Fox. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle, and Coach reminded his team that leads can disappear quickly in the NBA. He said if we get loose and they make a few shots in a row, then this is a ball game again. Do not let that happen, he implored. Guys.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. Count it good. 22 points for Victor Wembanyama.
And Wembanyama's ability to pick and pop from anywhere on the floor puts defenders on their heels.
Jazz trail by 10. George dishes to Love. Back to George. Markkanen in a screen on Harper. And George, here we go. Makes it off the glass. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
So it's the Spurs now. At one point, they led by 16. Harper the pass to Wembanyama. Pass to Sohan. Wembanyama, a screen to the middle. A baseline J. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And the Spurs lead by 10.
Well, that's where Sohan flourishes. He likes to take his work inside.
Love outside. Back to George. That's in there. Love with the assist. Love's got 3 assists in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
San Antonio leading by 8. Wembanyama outside. Fires for 3. Wembanyama! Big man with big range.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Here's Castle after the basket by Utah. To the paint. Wembanyama fighting for it.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Pass to Collier. And it's Bailey in the corner. Outside, George. Over Harper. George, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And the dunk by Sohan.
Wow, Sohan just erupts off the floor for the dunk. A reminder of how athletic he is.
Jazz trail by 13. Here's Collier. Back to George. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Bailey. Covered by Vassell. Shot clock at 5. Now Bailey. No good on that one. Nice defense by Vassell. To the inside. Here's Sohan. And the dunk by Sohan.
Quick lift off the floor there. Jeremy Sohan.
And Utah has possession. 15-point game. Pass to Bailey. And finished off by Bailey.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. San Antonio's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Inside. Sohan inside. He's guarded by Markkanen. And it's good. 2 points.
Yeah, nice touch by Sohan. More than at home inside. He's not a forward who wants to jack up a bunch of threes.
Now, here's George. Right wing. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession of the ball.
That's a tough break there. If there has any hope of making a comeback, they have got to take better care of the ball.
De'Aaron Fox is checked in for Harper. Then for the Jazz, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Kevin Love. And Mikhailuk's subbed in for Collier. Fox against George. And Fox gets it to go.
And that's where De'Aaron Fox thrives. He wants to get inside and finish at the rim.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Trailing by 17. Markkanen kicks to George. Here's Mikhailuk. Castle covering. Shot clock at 6. Here's George. And he does not hit. Wembanyama with it. Now Castle. Here's Sohan. Wembanyama. Nurkic with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Castle pulls it down. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. 17-point lead, their biggest. Now Vassell. It's stolen by Bailey.
Clearly a foul.
Castle. Second personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Utah. Speed Mikhailuk. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. And here is Fox.
I love when Fox takes initiative inside. Giving the Dean no choice but to
second team foul. De'Aaron Fox. Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Fox.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow
but boy, does he play with intensity.
And he can't hit the second. Jazz trail by 17.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
1:58 left to play here in the fourth. Outside George. Nurkic. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Now, here's Fox. Now, Wembanyama. Outside Fox. Puts it up. Nurkic there for the rebound.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Spurs.
They had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Hey guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Victor Wembanyama.
Well, you know, his work on the glass was a key factor, helping to turn the tide as far as the possession game, and so often that's the difference.
Shooting for Utah, George. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that about wraps it up. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.